When Pullman was declared a national monument, we were all so proud. We thought it really meant something.
It is right that we think of our national monuments as these amazing vistas and mountains and rivers. But part of what we're preserving here is also history.
And new this morning, an urban national park right here in Chicago is about to become a reality.
President Obama personally delivered the designation today to the Pullman
President
community.
Barack Obama's visit has brought renewed hope to the Pullman neighborhood.
To designate a new national monument.
For us, it meant that this place, conceived as part of a unified plan, the model town of Pullman, its buildings, its stories, and the struggle of working men and women against powerful political, economic, and cultural forces, and all of its historic resources were now protected. But after the motorcades, the crowds, and the news crews were gone, we began to feel alone and unprotected.
People in the neighborhood started floating the idea that the monument was only the clock tower.
I've heard people say that the whole neighborhood is not protected, but this entire place is within the boundaries. The Antiquities Act established the boundaries. All of this needs to be protected. These are our cultural resources. This is our historic design landscape.
Frankly, I was stunned. It was about 7 months after Pullman had become a monument, and some developer comes in. They tell us they're going to dig up the remains of a historic Pullman building to make way for some new apartment.
We told the city, we told the state, we told the National Park Service, but nobody would listen.
So we're all concerned about this. We're doing research, we're doing our due diligence, we're talking to our neighbors, we're getting on Facebook. Marc drives out to the dunes to talk to the superintendent. He even drove out to Omaha to talk to them. They shrugged our concerns off.
I thought when I heard about this project that is proposed that the Park Service would never allow this, particularly since it would involve the destruction of archaeological remains, which are the foundation of the building that was there. I've been doing historic preservation for, half a century. And when this place was to be designated a national monument, I thought, well, now we finally have all we had ever wanted for the protection of this place, because the National Park Service says it's about stewardship, making sure that everything is preserved as it was, which is an advancement, as far as I'm concerned, over the way it has usually been done.
I'm a big believer in the national parks. They've accomplished amazing things over the past century, but they've also had some problems too. Places like Fire Island National Seashore, the Springfield Armory National Historic Site, and oh man, effigy mounds.
It all comes down to this: who's got the guts to stand up for this community to see that it is preserved as the Organic Act says, unimpaired for future generations?
Why did they make Pullman a national monument if they're not going to preserve it?
Okay, I get it. National Park Service is between a rock and a hard place. We homeowners want our individual property rights respected. The developers and the politicians, they want their slice of the pie. Everybody wants to do what's right for Pullman. Everybody's got their own daydream.
The Pullman National Monument belongs to everyone, not just a chosen few. It's a national monument.
These resources have been entrusted to us, and we have a duty to honor those who came before. Their story, our story, the story of Pullman.
And so, we got together and formed the Pullman National Monument Preservation Society, because we had no other choice. Because someone's got to protect this place, and we need this place because Pullman still has so much to teach us. And it's going to take all of us working together, all of us sacrificing a little of what we want now for people we'll never get to know, for faces we'll never live to see, for voices we'll never get to hear. 100, 200 years from now, who just might say, Pullman, now this is a national monument to be proud of.
This place has been a milestone in our journey toward a more perfect union.